Today I'm doing the Shield M2.0 series. This is the 9mm, and this is the version with the night sights. SKU number 11810. Slightly upgraded. There is the cheaper version without the night sights. The MSRP on this is $5.95, and currently on the White Lab Tactical website it is for sale for $384.99. You can pick it up today. This is everything you'd want to know about the Shield M2.0 9mm. First, we're going to do an unboxing. This is new, never been opened. So the first things that you're going to find is the instruction manual, your registration card, a ghost ring sight option, your California firearms warnings, a safety lock, the gun itself. It looks like we're going to have two magazines, one 8 and one 7. And that is everything from the box. To get started, we'll put some of this aside. Opening the package initially, it's got a safety pin to keep the slide back. I'm going to remove that and set it aside. I do notice right away that there is a clip already in it, so it does look like there's two 8-shot magazines and a 7-shot magazine that comes with this. I'm going to try both. The 8-shot feels very nice in my hand. My first thoughts, it's very lightweight. The grip feels nice. It feels well balanced. I don't know that it will be with the shorter, but for an everyday carry, I think it would make more sense. Still easy to grip. I don't have quite the bite, losing my pinky finger on there. But the night sights, very vivid. Looks very good. Might be able to see it. But it's very narrow, very lightweight. I feel like this would make a great everyday carry. It has the nice logos engraved in. M2.0, the Wesson logo. Right away I'm noticing that it doesn't have a safety, but it does have the trigger pull. I can see it here. But no thumb safety, no side safety. It seems to be ambidextrous, or no, it is not. This one is not ambidextrous, but it looks like it can be converted. I don't actually know yet. We haven't gotten that far into it. So this is my initial thought. I think that this one's a pretty nice feeling gun. I'd like to see how it shoots. We'll try that out later. The gun itself feels sturdy, very lightweight, very small. I think this is a pretty well ideal everyday carry gun, and I'd be proud to operate this one on a daily basis. So this is going to be my next step. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the specs on this gun. I think I already mentioned the MSRP is $5.95. On the White Lab Tactical website, it is $384.99 as of today, 10/9/23. We ship out most guns from Smith & Wesson. Will arrive at your nearest dealer that can do the transfer practically overnight, depending on what time of day you order it. These are typically stocked in the warehouse pretty regularly. Some of the specs I'm going to pop over to the Smith & Wesson website. Alright, so here are some of the specs. It is less than an inch wide, 0.95 inches. It is 6.1 inches long. It is 4.6 inches tall, and it weighs 20.6 ounces, which is pretty light for such a sturdy feeling gun. It is a micro compact class. The capacity is 7 or 8 rounds, as we see here already. The action is a striker fired. It is got a 3.1 inch barrel, and it's pretty, being new, got a pretty stiff spring. Looks like it's a stainless barrel. Haven't gotten that far down the specs yet, but so far, the specs say that it is not optics ready, but it does come with the ghost sight available in the package. There is no safety. Obviously it's black. It's got quite a few state compliance. Not a threaded barrel. And it does turn out the barrel is a stainless, but I believe it is black. So the frame is polymer, does not come with a laser, and it says from the website that it comes with 2 magazines, but as I opened this one up, I did have an extra one in the gun already. So maybe it is the initial and 2 additionals. It has a light trigger pull. Now, what Smith & Wesson brags about is the design features of the M2.0 line of firearms, aggressive grip texture for enhanced control. I'm not sure that I would call it aggressive. It is a nice, sturdy feeling grip. It feels smooth, so I imagine it will slide in and out of a holster very easily. I'm not sure that I would call it aggressive, but when you squeeze it, it does make for a very nice grip. It doesn't feel like it slides around in your hand or anything, so I imagine firing it, you'll be pretty firm on it. They're talking about their tactical and audible trigger reset. I don't have the blank in here yet, my dry fire blank, so I haven't gotten that far along to know yet. It is advertising extremely thin and lightweight, can be comfortably carried all day. I gotta agree with that statement. I think that this is probably about as ideal as it gets for a everyday carry. The M&P's patented takedown lever and sear deactivation systems allow for disassembly without pulling the trigger. It does look like this will be fairly easy to disassemble, and I will be doing that here shortly. So it does actually advertise that it includes 3 magazines, 1 7-round and 2 8-round, as we'd established. Optimal 18-degree grip angle for natural point of aim. I would call that pretty fair. Feels very natural. I feel very confident with this. I don't think that they could have improved on that any. I think that this gun feels really fantastic in your hand. And it is backed by Smith & Wesson's lifetime service policy. So it does have lifetime service. Nice to have for everyday carries that are going to get beat up pretty good. The comparables, let's see, are the MP40 shield, so the 40 caliber. I don't see that they have a 380 option. They might, but as far as relateds, they're talking about their 40 caliber version of this. It seems to be priced comparably, and the specs seem to be pretty comparable as well. Looks like it's quite a bit heavier, and not so sure that it would be as comfortable as an everyday carry by the looks of it. The full disassembly and field strip of the M&P Shield M2.0 series. First, we're going to remove the magazine. We want to clear the chamber to double check that there's nothing in it. Looks like we're good to go. Before disassembling or using any of these firearms, I strongly suggest using the manufacturer instruction guide that comes with the gun or available on their website. This is the main key to knowing more about it because they know more about their guns than anybody else. So anyway, this is going to be the disassembly of the M2.0 9mm M&P Shield. First things first, they have a lever that needs to be turned to the vertical position. This is a brand new gun, so it's pretty stiff. But now that I've got it into the vertical position, I should be able to pull the slide back and then pull the trigger to release the slide. And it'll slide off of the polymer frame. I'm going to set this aside for right now. On your slide, we have our guide pin and recoil spring. It is capped, so it shouldn't come apart, but it is under pressure, so use a little caution initially popping it loose. Lift it straight up, and you can set that aside. The barrel itself will get pushed straight up, and you can slide it out. And now we'll be ready to clean and lubricate and work on this gun, whatever needs to be done here. Being this one's brand new, I don't need to do any lubricating. So it is obviously clean coming right out of the package. I do want to take note that I have the opportunity here to see from the manufacturer. I guess they do test fire this gun. It does have a little bit of dirt, a little bit of powder inside the barrel, so it would probably be a good idea to clean this gun before initial use. But for the reassembly, you'll go right back to the last part you took out is the first part to go back in. So we're going to set the barrel back into the slide and put it in its full back position here. Your guide pin and recoil spring will start in the hole on the front. You'll push back on the spring and set it right on the small ledge just where it came from. Now sliding it back onto the frame, be sure you have it facing the correct direction. You'll have two tracks right here at the beginning, and you can start sliding it back gently, and I should be able to pull it back and push the lock pin back up. This gun is ready. So pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Being this one's brand new, the spring is pretty stiff. I think this could be done fairly easy by just about any set of hands, and no special tools required. So I'm pretty happy with the way this one assembles and disassembles, and I think I'm going to be probably doing a few more videos on the internals, but that'll be saved for another day. The M&P Shield 2.0 9mm. This is how to load the magazine and arm the M&P 9mm Shield by Smith & Wesson. Initially, the magazine is released by pressing the button on the side with your thumb. We have 9mm. These are 115 grain full metal jacket that I'm using here currently. This magazine holds 8. You take it firmly in your hand and you should be able to push straight down and slide back. The next one, continue. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the spring is getting much tighter, so the last one will be a little difficult to mash in, but there's 8, as this is an 8-round clip. You will take your magazine and push it firmly in to the bottom of the gun so it clicks and snaps in and stays in place. Then, in order to arm the weapon, you will slide your slide back and release. And this gun, being that it doesn't have a safety, is now ready to fire. So I recommend not chambering the weapon until after you are prepared to actually fire this gun. Everybody has their own thoughts on that. I always prefer to have a gun not ready to fire, especially in this setting. To disarm this weapon, we're going to press the thumb button to release the clip. The magazine can be set aside. Then tilt your gun parallel with the floor and pull the slide back. You can double check that there's nothing in it. And this gun is now disarmed.